Peace, love, and abundance upon your journey. Been quite some time since I actually manufactured some content. I think it's been around 8 days or 9 days or something of that nature. But nevertheless, I'm back with another episode, of course. This is your gracious host, Kavonte Shaw, of course, your brother, your Pan-Africanist. I'm gonna touch on the situation pertaining to Mrs. America. You know, the beautiful Ghanaian sister that was actually crowned based on her personifying her beauty and winning #1 in the competition or whatnot. How I feel as if when it comes down to just the standards in as Europeans perceive Africans, African women that's located in diaspora, it seems as if that their opinion or their definition of beauty means way more than the definition of beauty in which a black woman that's located in diaspora may have for her own self. And the reason why I say that is because this is not just the first time this happened. It's not the second time. It's not the third time. This happened numerous amount of times that we see our sisters on these, if you will, European platforms, and they internalize within the lenses of the European the definition of beauty. But really, beauty has nothing to do with the physical. You get what I'm saying? But that's too deep for the European to actually understand that, because the Europeans are not spiritual people by nature. This is not me being prejudiced. This is not me being racist, if you will. This is me just stating simple facts. The European is not spiritual by nature. If you understand the history, if you understand the origin, if you just understand just the psychology or just the internal system of the European, he is not spiritual whatsoever. She is not spiritual whatsoever, European man and woman. But I feel as if that dealing with the colonialization too as well, that's in Africa, they do not only have one colonial power in which that's really occupying the land or occupying the continent in the motherland Africa. You have the Chinese, you have the British, you have so many colonial powers, right? That's still located in the motherland Africa. You have the British that's still over there in the Congo. And what is the British doing? Occupying land, making children that's 4, 5, 6, 7, and things of that nature do not go to school. What you gonna do? I'm gonna force you to labor, right? I saw one video made me so disgusted, so furious, and things of that nature of the European man. You know what I'm saying? Because before I go any further, we gotta understand that British, Arabs, Chinese, Koreans, and other ethnic groups, all of those are just Europeans. They just have a different title. And also, too, as well, they just derive out of a different environment, too. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing more, nothing less. But the children were actually holding a heavy object. And you could see, based on the emotions and based on them sweating, and it seems as if that it was too much of a load for them to actually hold, right? But that just showcased just the colonial powers that's still in effect within Central Africa, in the Congo, right? And my thing too as well is that the colonial powers made it normal, made it okay for African women that's located in diaspora to accept their definition of beauty. They stripped them out of. You see, one thing about our slavery, and if you will, the passed down ancestral slavery, which we have, we're still stripped out of many things. We're still stripped out of self-love. We're still stripped out of self-confidence. We're still stripped out of self-knowledge and things of that nature. So for us to really see ourselves, and for us to really first have knowledge of ourselves, or have understanding, or have knowledge, then understanding, then love, go through that stage as Brother Ben X himself, he stated, all of that is a painful process to actually go over that hump in which you still have internally, feeling empty, feeling that you don't have nothing inside of yourself, right? And it's like, we must get to a point where the lenses of Europeans defining our beautiful black woman that's located in the African diaspora That's their definition. Their definition does not matter whatsoever. It never mattered, if you will. It never mattered. So my thing is that I believe that all of us should understand the importance of self-love, self-understanding, and self-knowledge. We all must understand this, because if we do not have this, which is the most, if you will, effective component consistent of your journey within your lifetime as far as the experiences and what you may go through, then ultimately you will be defined and you will be subjugated, if you will, by somebody else. Reality on you. These are facts. And my thing is, how can you actually start this journey? How can you actually start this journey? Well, you can start this journey by cleansing yourself. If I'm not mistaken, with the sister Ayana V. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she said you have to clean your energy. What kind of energy in which you may have? What's the environment that you surrounding yourself in? What is the music in which your ears are listening to? What are the books in which you are listening to? What are the people in which you hang around? Right? Do you have a vision board? How you see your own self? Right? First, you can actually write out something in which you desire, that you like to do, and then you got to figure out what is the purpose behind it. Is the purpose bigger than me? Does the purpose only serve me actually receiving income? What is the purpose? The purpose always got to be bigger and beyond you. This just is the beginning ingredients as far as you tapping in with your internal self. These are facts, and we all need to do this. I would suggest all my sisters that's located in diaspora do not get caught up on the simple fact that Europeans, they love your beauty. In fact, it's Pope Francis that actually kiss and worship and pray to the Black Madonna when the camera is off, when he's not preaching or he's not teaching, the masses of individuals that's in the Catholic Church. He's kissing and worshiping the Black Madonna because he understands the power, he understands the symbol of power, of strength, of divinity, things of that nature, and which a Black Madonna symbolizes as. These are facts. These are facts. They got a Black Madonna in Poland, Europe. They got a Black Madonna in Russia. They got a Black Madonna in the various other aspects across the globe, worshiping a sect. In particular, a sect being the mother of what the Greeks call Osiris. Now, Osiris had a child. See, I'm not going to get that deep for y'all. But, yes, I think that is something that we should just have in mind, right? I think that's something that we should just have in mind. So ultimately, that we just can actually elevate from our own condition, from our own state of mind. We got to stop being reactionaries to every single thing, in which is, boom, put in front of our face. We don't have to react to that. You get what I'm saying? Because this type Brother 19 Keys himself, he said, we're looking at a distraction. A distraction is disattraction. Attraction meaning that you are connected with something. You are aligned with that particular thing. So this meaning disconnect, I mean that you are away from that. You get what I'm saying? So we must really analyze things and say that, is it going to bring forth any wealth in my life? Is it going to bring forth any knowledge, any information, any data, or anything of that nature? We got to stop letting distractions actually take us off guard of where we are at in our present lifetime. Because I feel as if that too is where I'm going to say this, that we take too much of time focusing on celebrities' life. Then I saw photos too as well about Rihanna. She actually having her buttocks out. No one's her buttocks. It was her breast that was actually shown by wearing the t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Why seem as if that beauty is not only defined based on your weight or how much you weigh or what is the particular definition of beauty pertaining to whether you're skinny or if you got too much of fat on your body. Why it seems as if that you have to be categorized by others' perception, by others' reality. You know what I'm saying? No. You know what I'm saying? No. It's about how you see yourself. Just like Brother 19 Keys himself, he says that we are beautiful atomically, but it's based on how you see yourself internally through your mind, through the. You get what I'm saying? That's the only thing that really matters. Nothing else really matters. How you see yourself, how you view yourself, how you value yourself, what kind of knowledge and what you have of yourself, but right? What is the journey of you tapping in with the higher being? How does that look? You know what I'm saying? This is something that I think that we should definitely have in mind as far as us being reactionaries to bullshit. Because at the end of the day, it's bullshit. Matter of fact, it's the European continue to propagate his agenda onto us, distracting us while we're getting distracted and focusing on something and not having our energy onto something for a long period of time. He's creating things within his agenda and actually implementing that. And this is something which I know the European, he does not sleep whatsoever. He continues to actually manufacture things within his agenda, continue to have domain or rule, if you will, over us. That's located in a divided state, if you will, as Reza Islam said, of America. So there's nothing united about here. There's no togetherness, there's no wholeness, there's no oneness about the evil streets of North America, if you will. But on that note, brothers and sisters, I'll leave you guys with that. And I say peace, love, life, and solidarity upon your journey. Thank you for your time.